nourish the land. They carry the spirit of a goddess. Local legend tells of a powerful deity who transformed herself into this river, leaving behind as sacred children the fishes that swim within. To harm them is taboo. To eat them unthinkable. According to the people, no matter how long this fish boils, it will never soften. And anyone who dares to defile the sacred order by catching or cooking a fish from Omieri will face the wrath of the goddess herself.
Ẹja tó wà ńbẹ̀ wọn kì í pa ẹgẹt wọn kì í pa ẹrí gbogbo ọ̀pẹ tó wà lókè ńbẹ̀ yẹ wọn kì í da ẹja yẹ ló jẹ́ important jù fún apẹja etí erin kó o ṣe kò ní jiná wọn kì í pa gan kẹ́hìn gbọ́ mi sà wọn kì í pa ẹnìkan dán oníjọ́ kínní àná.
Kówé sùn kan yìí ṣe.
Kówé kò sí nǹkan tó ní ẹja yẹn máa ṣe pé tóun bá mú lọ léwọn á sè é ó ṣe ẹja yẹn títí tí ẹja yẹn ò jiná péjọ. Ejò wà láwárí ọ̀hún tí wọ́n pè ṣẹ́jú lẹ́jọ́ pé ó pẹja ẹni.
Kí làwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tó ń wá gbé lẹ́yìn yẹn?
Ó ṣètìtù ni.
Ètùtù rẹ̀ ló ètùtù ẹni ló ṣe bẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ yá. Eku bó ti ṣètìtù.
Bó ti ṣètìtù rẹ̀ ó wà in life till now.
The Erin Ayonigba River is not only a site of mystery, but also of healing.
Òun lè dókítà rẹ̀ agidi. A gbọ́ mọ̀ yí dókítà ló gbé kàyé ló bímọ. Òun ló bá iṣẹ́. Òun la alágbo ìwòyá wo mọ́. Torí kó bá ti lóyún sínú, ẹbẹ̀ láti ẹ̀gbàgbọ́ títí fún mọ́kà mú ebi.
The people believe that its waters cleanse the body and spirit. They drink from it, bathe in it, and use it in their daily lives, trusting the river spirit to protect their community from harm.
Téèyàn bá gbá bọ̀dì, ojú ẹsẹ̀ yẹn ló máa lè ní yẹn máa rí tán á padà.
Visitors often come to feed the sacred fish with bread, watching as they gather gracefully at the surface.
Àwọn òyìnbó àwọn nǹkan kan ìṣẹ̀ṣe tán máa wá náà wá mú bíi 5 litre táà fi rọ omi táà ṣàdúrà táà ṣe pé à ń gbàdúrà. Níjọ́ kan àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni tó rọ́mọ bí wá sísàlẹ̀ lọ́run àwa gbàdúrà fún wọn ọdún kejì ẹ̀ ọwọ́ agbọ́mọyẹ wá tá a tún ṣàdúrà fún.
For the people of Eringio, Omieri is more than just the water. It is life, healing, and the heartbeat of their faith. Data according to the United Nations World Food Programme says 30.6 million Nigerians face acute food insecurity. Experts blame on many factors which include the security challenges in the North and Middle Belt, post-harvest losses, poor storage facility, and a couple of other issues. Over the years, there have been efforts at boosting food production in Nigeria, taking advantage of its over 70 million hectares of land, multiple agroecological zones, and a climate favorable for year-round farming. There have been several other such interventions by governments at council, state, and federal levels, including the Produce for Lagos program and the 500 billion naira guarantee fund scheme by the Lagos state government. In September, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Yari, said the prices of food items have crashed across the country, but some Nigerians differ, saying they are yet to feel the ease.
Before, we said chicken for it before, but now we sell 5,000 naira.
This one, before, they're selling 300, now they're selling 500 because we know it don't cost. Down, they're selling, before they're selling 3,500, now they're selling 6,000. ABDUCT don't cost.
About 2 months ago, we are buying the food. Like rice or back of rice is 70-something thousand naira, like 75, 78, 73. But now 60, 62, 50, 55 safe. So if I look, it's gone down now. Not say like if you have increasing the price now.
2025 marks the 80th anniversary of the annual World Food Day, which is celebrated on October the 16th every year. This year with the theme, hand in hand for better food and a better future. The United Nations target building a peaceful, sustainable, and food-secure future where everyone has access to a healthy diet. To achieve this, experts suggest the way forward must be comprehensive, from tackling insecurity to investing in climate resilience farming to improving storage, irrigation, and transportation systems. That's in addition to strengthening farmers' cooperatives, access to finance and research. With the right investment, policies, and protection for its farmers, Nigeria may be on its way from food insecurity to food sovereignty. Because in a nation so richly blessed, no one should go hungry.
If you order both InDrive or Uber and you see this man run for your life.
Immediately I entered this man's car, there was something hanging in front of his mirror. It looked so fetish and...
But this same man picked me up, May 3rd, and he did the same thing.
Olo chef both, chef Uber, chef InDrive.
I'm getting scared because like, oh my God, what if he's the one? You guys, please be careful.
This is the man who goes around in both InDrive and Uber, allegedly robbing women of their belongings, raping ladies in his ride, and pretending to offer safe transport while carrying knives, scissors, guns, and other weapons in his car.
This guy has pepper spray, he has gun, he has sharp weapons, whatever.
For months, young women have cried out, sharing stories of their painful encounters with this predator. They talk about how he allegedly threatens them, hurts them, and strips them not just of their possessions, but of their dignity.
And you're telling me I'm not with your phone. He's like, you want me to kill you here? Immediately now brought out the knife. He was not holding the knife. He said he's going to stab me to death. Started diverting to another route. That do I have condom inside my bag? Look at what he was asking me. I said I don't have condom inside my bag. He now searched my bag that he's going to send my body in parts. That he already has people that will buy my body.
Despite these cries and warnings, he is still on the road. He is still picking up unsuspecting women and still moving through Uber, Bolt, and InDrive like a hunter waiting for his next victim. And the most heartbreaking question remains: why is a man like this still allowed to drive? Why has no company taken firm action to protect the very people they promise safety to?
Uber are still allowing this man to drive after he has victimized a lot of girls. Every day they're going to complain about our riders. Every day.
So why would Uber and Bolt and InDrive allow a known criminal walk with them?
Will you be employing a highway robber to be on the highway picking people?
Every day that passes without justice is another day of risk for countless women. What use is technology if it cannot protect the vulnerable? What good is business when it ignores the cries of the broken? To the companies, the question is simple: how many more women must be hurt before you act? How many more tears must fall before you listen?
Please, Nigerian police, come to our help. Like, the government should look into it. Police, they should look into it. And even close to like 8 or more were saying, oh, I've been inside this man car before, or I'm a victim, or I almost got kidnapped. What? The worst part of this issue is that it has been reported to the police, but police did nothing about it.
To every reader, this is not just a story. This is a call to wake up, a call to demand safety, a call to make sure that no man, no matter how cunning, is allowed to use the will as a weapon against women again. Because as long as this man is allowed to drive, every woman on the road is in danger.
The government is not doing anything. Somebody should do something about this guy.
Every single day, Lagos generates over 13,000 metric tons of solid waste, more than many African countries produce in a week. But less than half of this waste is properly collected or disposed, while the rest piles up in streets, markets, and growing dump sites across the city, turning communities into ticking time bombs. From Ojota to Agege, Ayobo to Iyanoba, and across Lagos, waste is piling up faster than it can be managed, threatening both the health of residents and the environment.
Very, very hard, like just to struggle for myself and for my kids too. So that life in this place is just like just for you to look for somewhere to just hide your head, just put your head.
Until they face a lot of challenges here in this place, because like what I'm saying here, the place they live, kind of work they do, where they cook and what they eat every day, it's going to affect them because many of them are here just for them to survive.
There is just one of two things that is come up, is that they will have to sell something before they will see money here to eat. Either they sell plastic or a rubber or keg or nylon, so they'll need to sell it. They'll work hard to get the money here. But in this place, you see a lot of people, they are living here. It's not like they don't have the money to rent house, but the money is too hard for them to see. Even though if they see the money safe, they will have to buy something. If rain fall, you will see a lot of water before you are coming into this place.
But beyond residents, thousands of people depend on these dump sites for survival, selling food and scavenging recyclables in risky and unhealthy conditions just to make a living. The question remains, how is the government tackling this challenge, and what is the plan for communities like Ojota, where the health of thousands is at stake?
We have monitoring and compliance officers who go around to enforce environmental laws. So since last year, we've arrested and prosecuted close to 200 offenders for littering, for dumping bulk waste. And we've also sealed a lot of facilities, commercial facilities that have not been obeying the environmental laws. We need to reduce the amount of waste we're generating. We need to reuse as much of that waste as possible, and also to recycle as much as possible. And that's the gospel we've been taking throughout the state. We're currently running a 2-bin system in Lagos. We have 2 bins, a green bin for general waste and a blue bin for mixed recyclables. And we have 80,000 of those, which we're selling through our websites. The 2 legacy dump sites at Olushosun and Solus 3 in Igodo. Each dump site will be replaced by a transfer loading station. From these transfer loading stations, we'll transport waste to new material recovery facilities, one in Ikorodu and one in Badagry. And those 2 sites collectively will process about 4,000 tons of waste out of the 13,000 we generate daily.
With this sensitization, we hope that the market women actually comply with the rules of the Thursday sanitation. That's number 1, which is very essential. Number 2 is to keep their goods and the things they sell in the proper places they are meant to keep them. Trade in the proper places they are meant to trade. Don't trade on the walkway. Abide by the rules. Leave the amount of meters that's left to be on the road for cars and vehicles to, to move around. And not only that alone, it's also essential for our market women as well. Once they are done with the day's trade, they should clean and sweep, the place that they've carried out their trade, their stores and their shops, put it in a proper, nice waste bin, tie it up, and take it to where the LAWMA operatives are meant to carry out, their duties, and make sure the disposal is as neat and as clean as possible. Because that's where we buy our food, that's where we buy a lot of things to take to our houses, and if it's not properly kept and the hygiene is not well done, we run dangers and, risk of having food disease and, disease outbreak.
While government agencies continue to emphasize citizen responsibilities, residents insist that stronger intervention and real actions are urgently needed to prevent further environmental and health crises.
In addition, we have waste-to-energy projects planned for our AHMED dump site, which has been closed. That's by the free trade zone. There's going to be a waste-to-energy plant there to be constructed by Harvest Waste, a Dutch company. And that waste-to-energy plant will take in about 2,500 tons of waste daily to generate 60 to 80 megawatts of electricity to power the future of Lagos. LAWMA has a partnership with Lamata to build a biogas plant that will take in organic waste, both solid and liquid organic waste, and generate biomethane to power the mass transit fleet of Lamata and the compactor trucks that we use for collection of waste statewide.
For us as a local government, it's something we've done with our legislative arm within us here at Agege local government, is to make sure that anyone caught disposing waste the wrong way is going to be fined 50,000 naira, and they would also sign an agreement that allows us to know that once they do the same thing again, is either they pay more fine, and also we also hand them over to the necessary authorities to carry out all other regulations on all other enforcement on them. For example, some people actually go to serve jail term, in regards to dropping refuse, illegally. That's one thing. And also environmental sanitation. People that don't sanitize, carry out sanitation in their houses, clean their drainages, will seal up their houses and ensure they pay a fine. After sensitization, which is the month of September, we are also going straight to inner street sweeping. We'll be bringing out our people from the communities who will be appointed as street sweepers, and we'll pay them to make sure our inner streets are clean. We'll be making sure we carry along and then stakeholders around the ones that are nominated by the government to sweep the major highways, across our local governments. Also, we are building an enforcement team, creating an enforcement team to manage people who have decided that they want to drop waste illegally. And not only that, we are also creating a drainage team that will be clearing all drainages across our local governments. We are also empowering and ensuring that we strengthen our own local security operatives to help us ensure that we catch people who are dropping waste illegally.
For now, Lagosians wait and hope that promises of cleaner, safer communities will move beyond talks and become a reality. Imisioluwa Afumisho, African News 24 TV.
Every morning, we wake up to breaking news that breaks something inside us. Another girl gone, another mother wailing, another life violently erased. What used to be rare is now routine. From city corners to quiet towns, girls are being haunted in a society that's slowly normalizing their disappearance. The world scrolls past their faces on social media, their names trending briefly before vanishing into silence. Streets filled with laughter have become corridors of fears. Girls can't walk home safely anymore, not because they did anything wrong, but because being female now feels like a crime. Lured with job offers, attacked by lovers, raped by strangers, or sacrificed in bizarre ritual killings. These girls are caught in a vicious circle that keeps spinning because we keep looking away. Take Inyobong Moron's case. Young, brilliant, simply searching for a job, only to meet her death. Adijat, a LASU graduate, was found dead in her boyfriend's apartment. He's now on the run.
Bàbá tó pa ọmọ mi mọ̀ pé bàbá ẹ̀gbọ́n wà pẹ̀lú mi torí mi ò rí bàbá ẹ̀ rí. Mo bá ṣàdúmọ̀ kọ̀ ríyàn kan tó wọ white uncle pẹ̀lú jàlábíà. Ẹni ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ṣí ilẹ̀kùn. ẹni yẹn ṣí ilẹ̀kùn mo bá pẹ́ bí ṣe ní kí n lọ báyìí mo dákú ni mo ṣe gbé mi bàbá boy yẹn torí pàǹtí ni mo ti padà mọ̀ pé bàbá boy yẹn lọ́ wá wọ òkè yẹn lọ lọ́ wá ní ọmọ yìí ti kú tí máa gbọ́ báyìí bí ṣe fẹ́ táwọn family member mi máa fi wá dé nìyẹn pàtàn débẹ̀ wọ́n snap gbogbo oògùn tán bá ń bẹ̀ ó ti dà mí sí ìta ibi tó ti àwọn picture wà tó ti ṣá tó ti ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ àwọn míì wà tí a tẹ̀ rí for that day.
Bamshe boarded a BRT bus and never made it home. Her body was discovered days later. Many more stories stay buried, their voices muted by shame and fear. No place is truly safe, even in religious organizations. And while families cry out, society responds with tired clutches. This is more than a security concern. It's a call for education that nurtures values from the foundation. By teaching children early about empathy, respect, boundaries, and the worth of every human life, especially that of a girl child, we lay the foundation for a safer and more compassionate society.
We are in the era of social media. We are in the era of depth of distance, where there is no gap again. Virtually, we are practicing homogeneity, not heterogeneity, because society, the level of exposure of some of these children, some of these words, some of these both sex to media is on the high side. So there are some things that are applicable here, and there are some that are not. But due to their exposure, they don't even know how to curtail, how to control themselves. In fact, they've eroded the culture. What we assume to be moral, they've inculcated, they bought the outside the world way of life, what we call the Western way of life. What about some things we see as a form of respect? They don't see it that way. They do things the way they want to do it, the way what they learn from the media. So it's having a drastic influence. The females are not well respected the way they should. In fact, the world is not helping, because I see it as a systemic even problem, because culture is having influence in it. Economic issue, because the society is not even friendly, and everybody wants to be rich. Some of these girls are used for rituals that they are used by boys or men to make money, and because of the level of also covetousness in the aspect of the girls, is also a diminishing return, is what the boys are using as an advantage. So when you look at it holistically, we will see that even the Nigerian constitution allows it, that there should be equality. Is allowed, but practically, is that what we are experiencing? No.
These girls are not random. They were daughters, sisters, students, best friends. Each of them had a light, a voice, a purpose. We cannot keep mourning them like background noise. Every time we ignore this crisis, we write another girl's obituary in advance. Enough of the hashtags. Enough of the speeches. It's time for action from everyone. Because until the day a girl can walk freely without fear, none of us are truly safe. In the heart of Ado-Ekiti flows a sacred river known as Omiri, the river of divine fishes. Here, the waters do more than nourish the land. They carry the spirit of a goddess. Local legend tells of a powerful deity who transformed herself into this river, leaving behind as sacred children the fishes that swim within. To harm them is taboo. To eat them unthinkable. According to the people, no matter how long this fish boils, it will never soften, and anyone who dares to defile the sacred order by catching or cooking a fish from Omiri will face the wrath of the goddess herself.
wọn kì í pa gan kẹ́hìn gbọ́ mi sà wọn kì í pa ẹnìkan dẹ oníjọ́ kínní àná.
kówé sùn kan yìí ṣe.
kówé kò sí nǹkan tó ní ẹja yẹn máa ṣe pé tóun bá mú lọ léwọn á sè é ó ṣe ẹja yẹn títí tí ẹja yẹn ò jiná péjọ. ejò wà láwárí ọ̀hún tí wọ́n pè ṣẹ́jú lẹ́jọ́ pé ó pẹja ẹni.
kí làwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tó ń wá gbé lẹ́yìn yẹn.
ó ṣètìtù ni.
ètùtù rẹ̀ ló ètùtù ẹni ló ṣe bẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀sẹ̀ yá. ẹ kú o ẹ kú bó ti ṣètìtù.
bó ti ṣètìtù rẹ̀ ó wà in life till now.
The Erin Ayonigba River is not only a site of mystery, but also of healing.
òun lè dókítà rẹ̀ gidi á gbọ́ ọmọ yìí dókítà ló gbé kàyé ló bímọ lọ́ba iṣẹ́ òun la alágbo ìwòyá wo mọ́ torí kó bá ti lóyún sínú ẹbẹ̀ láti ẹ̀gbàgbọ́ títí fún mọ́kà mú ebi.
The people believe that its waters cleanse the body and spirit. They drink from it, bathe in it, and use it in their daily lives, trusting the river spirit to protect their community from harm.
Téèyàn bá gba àbọ̀dè ojú ẹsẹ̀ yẹn ló máa lè yẹn máa rí tán á padà.
Visitors often come to feed the sacred fish with bread, watching as they gather gracefully at the surface.
Àwọn òyìnbó àwọn nǹkan kan ìṣẹ̀ṣe tán máa wá náà wá mú bíi 5 mílítà táà fi rọ omi táà ṣàdúrà táà ṣe pé à ń gbàdúrà. Níjọ́ kan àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni tó rọ́mọ bí wá sísàlẹ̀ lọ́run àwa gbàdúrà fún wa ọdún kejì ẹ̀ ọwọ́ agbọ́mọyẹ wá tá a tún ṣàdúrà fún.
For the people of Eringio, Omieri is more than just the water. It is life, healing, and the heartbeat of their faith. Data according to the United Nations World Food Programme says 30.6 million Nigerians face acute food insecurity. Experts blame on many factors which include the security challenges in the North and Middle Belt, post-harvest losses, poor storage facility, and a couple of other issues. Over the years, there have been efforts at boosting food production in Nigeria, taking advantage of its over 70 million hectares of land, multiple agroecological zones, and a climate favorable for year-round farming. There have been several other such interventions by governments at council, state, and federal levels, including the Produce for Lagos program and the 500 billion naira guarantee fund scheme by the Lagos state government. In September, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Yari, said the prices of food items have crashed across the country, but some Nigerians differ, saying they are yet to feel the ease.
Before, we said chicken for it before, but now we sell 5,000 naira.
This one, before at the selling 300, now at the selling 500 because ONDO don't cost. Down at the selling, before at the selling 3,500, now at the selling 6,000. ABDUCT don't cost.
About 2 months ago, we are buying the food. Like rice or back of rice is 70-something thousand naira, like 75, 78, 73. But now 60, 62, 50, 55 safe. So if I look, it's gone down now. Not say like if I was increasing the price now.
2025 marks the 80th anniversary of the annual World Food Day, which is celebrated on October the 16th every year. This year with the theme, Hand in Hand for Better Food and a Better Future. The United Nations target building a peaceful, sustainable, and food-secure future where everyone has access to a healthy diet. To achieve this, experts suggest the way forward must be comprehensive.
African News 24 TV. I am Christiana Chikezie. Let's start with the highlights first. Again, gunmen abduct 25 schoolgirls in Kebbi State, kill vice principal. U.S. House of Representatives begin full-scale probe into allegation of Christian persecution in Nigeria. Residents of Ogba in Lagos protest high electricity tariff, migration to Band 8 from sea. Let's take a dive into the news. It's a sad day for the Education Committee in Nigeria as bad history is repeating yet again. This is just as 25 schoolgirls have been reported abducted at the Government Girls Comprehensive Senior Secondary School, Maga, in Kebbi State. The schoolgirls were reported taken away during an attack by the gunmen last night in the school. More worrying is that the agents of death killed the school's vice principal before taking the girls away. The vice principal was reportedly shot when he put up a defense to protect the students. Aside from the vice principal, eyewitness says the attackers operated without resistance. In other news but security related, about 3 weeks after the President of the United States, Donald Trump, designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern, the U.S. House of Representatives Subcommittee has begun a full-scale probe. The lawmakers are probing the allegation of genocide against Christians in the northern part of the country. The open hearing, which will be on Thursday, is expected to examine Trump's claim and designation, and if it is ratified, the U.S. Senate will allow sanction on Nigerian officials found to be involved in religious persecution. In addition, the U.S. may be limiting certain forms of bilateral assistance. The outcome of the investigation will provide signals to the international community on Nigeria's religious tolerance. The hearing, scheduled for 11 a.m. in the Rayburn House Office Building, will be broadcast live. It will admit senior U.S. State Department officials and Nigerian religious leaders. In a related development, African rapper Onika Maraj Petty, popularly known as NICKI MINAJ, will be addressing the United Nations tomorrow. MINAJ, who is scheduled to speak at a UN event, will be making an address on the allegation of the persecution of Christians in Nigeria. She will be appearing alongside the ambassador of the United States to the United Nations, Michael Waltz, and an advisor to the U.S. President Donald Trump, Alex Brutzwiz. Trump's advisor, who is convening the event, has described the artist as not only arguably the greatest female recording artist, but also a principled individual who refused to be silent in the face of injustice. Meanwhile, the Department of State Service has arrested an arms dealer in Plateau State, suspected of supplying weapons used in recent violent attacks across the region. Authorities say the arrest follows months of intelligence-led investigations aimed at disrupting criminal networks and ensuring public safety. The suspect is currently in DSS custody, and officials are interrogating him to determine the extent of his involvement and identify any accomplices. Preliminary reports suggest that the individual has links to multiple incidents that have destabilized communities in Plateau State. The arrest has been welcomed by local leaders and residents who called for swift prosecution and reinforced security measures to prevent further violence. Still on arrest, the ONDO State Police Command has arrested a suspect in connection with the recent explosion in Owo that left residents shocked and injured. The arrest follows a series of investigations aimed at uncovering the motive and preventing further incidents. Authorities confirmed that the suspect is undergoing questioning, with police working to determine if others were involved. The explosion, which struck at a busy part of the town, caused widespread panic and has reignited concerns about safety in public spaces. The incident has drawn reactions from community leaders and residents, many of whom called for swift action to ensure justice and prevent similar events. Officials stressed that the arrest underscores the commitment of law of law enforcement to protect lives and maintain peace, urging the public to remain vigilant and cooperate with authorities. Still in Ondo, southwest Nigeria, an autopsy has revealed that the Social Democratic Party governorship candidate in the state was deliberately killed, contradicting earlier suggestions of natural causes or accidental death. The findings have intensified calls for justice and a thorough investigation into the circumstances surrounding the candidate's demise. Authorities confirmed that the forensic examination showed clear signs of foul play, prompting police to widen their investigation and explore potential motives and suspects. Officials described the revelation as a pivotal step in ensuring accountability and restoring public confidence in the security apparatus. The shocking report has sent ripples across the political landscape in Ondo State, with party members, civil society groups, and citizens demanding swift actions. Observers have highlighted the need for heightened security measures for political figures, especially during an election period, to prevent further tragedies. Meanwhile, the Federal Capital Territory Police Command has dismissed reports alleging an attempted assassination on Lieutenant AHMED YERIMA in Abuja, describing the claim as false and unfounded. The dismissal comes after news outlets and social media posts circulated that YERIMA was trailed by unidentified men dressed in black, traveling in two unmarked Hilux vans without number plates in Abuja. According to the reports, the pursuit began around 6:30 p.m. at the NIPCO filling station along Kubwa Expressway and continued to Gado Nasco Way. YERIMA reportedly evaded the assailants through a strategic maneuver during a high-speed chase. The command spokesperson, Josephine Ade, in a statement said no such incident had been reported or recorded in Abuja. Ade urged the public to ignore the rumor and refrain from spreading unverified information capable of creating unnecessary fear and tension among residents. She also encouraged the public to remain vigilant and report any suspicious activity to the nearest police division. Residents in Aguda and Okera of Lagos State today staged a peaceful protest over the migration of their electricity feeders from Band C to Band A by Ikeja Electric. The communities say the adjustment has resulted in higher tariffs despite continued irregular power supply. African News 24 TV correspondent Temitayo Teniola has the report.
It's a Monday morning and these residents of Aguda and Okera are taken to the street in protest. That grounds is the migration of the Okera electricity feeder by Ikeja Electric from Band C to Band A. Displeased with that development, they said they wrote a letter to the Lagos State Electricity Regulatory Commission, LASEC, and followed it up with a petition to the Lagos State Commissioner of Police. 2 months after that effort, they are hitting the street in demonstration since their previous effort didn't yield the desired result.
They promised us, even the representative from the headquarters, they promised us that they will downgrade the feeder to Band C because we requested for Band C. They promised us by the ending of September they will downgrade us. Up to this moment, we could not see anything. Therefore, we decided that we should go and fight for our right.
The protest, which takes off from Ogba, moves all the way to LASEC headquarters in Alausa, that placard voicing their demands. On the list of their complaints are persistent tariff hike and unstable power supply, which they claim is taking a toll on their finances and on their businesses.
They return Aguda 33 kVA to Band A, which we don't want. That's why we are doing the protest now. We have written a letter of letter. They have not got our request. We have sent letter to different offices. They have not got our request. We are tired of the hike in that payment. Band A is a scam. We hardly have like 12, 13 hours in a day. Buying 1,000 naira unit, it will give us to 4 units. We are tired.
We want them to take us back to Band C or Band B because you said that your system is in Band B and you are collecting Band A money for us. You say it's from feeder pillar. Who set up feeder pillar? Is it not a human being? See, all this thing is very painful.
The representative of LASEC assured the protesters of solutions soon enough.
On behalf of LASEC, I'm giving you that assurance that yes, before the end of this week, probably we've stepped into the matter, then we'll give you feedback.
From this location, they head to the Lagos State House of Assembly demanding immediate intervention.
We say no to. We say no to. How we can avoid this?
Some of the tenants in our various places, they are fighting themselves. How much be their salary? When some people contribute 500 every night, they will just reach light from around 7 to 5 o'clock in the morning. So people are fighting themselves, mainly like that. So that's the reason why we say, okay, let us come out.
It's affected because I'm doing is handwork I'm doing. I'm using lights, but now I'm just paying for nothing. But if there is light, definitely I will work. I will pay for the money for the lights, and I know that this light I'm paying for, I'm using it to work. I can pay. But when there is no light, nothing can happen. Most of the time, now, nothing you can put in the fridge. We sleep in the darkness.
The residents insist they will continue their engagement with authorities until the issue is resolved. They also call on the state government to intervene promptly, warning that prolonged inaction can worsen the hardship faced by households and small businesses in the affected communities.
Still electricity related, the National Union of Electricity Employees has threatened to halt operations nationwide following alleged attacks on staff at the Ebu transmission substation in Imo State. The union claims that workers were assaulted, held at gunpoint, and abducted by police officers reportedly acting under directives from the Imo State government. NUEE also alleges that control room equipment was vandalized and workers' personal property, including laptops, phones, and vehicles were destroyed. CCTV cameras at the facility were reportedly damaged during the incident. NUEE has demanded the immediate release of abducted workers, compensation for damaged property, and medical attention for injured staff. The union has also called on Transmission Company of Nigeria, the Federal Ministry of Power, and the Inspector General of Police to ensure the safety of electricity workers. In response to the incident, NUEE has halted operations in Imo State and warned the failure to meet its demands could result in a nationwide work stoppage, posing a risk to Nigeria's electricity supply, directing its members to stay away from work until further notice. As of now, the Imo State government and the police have not issued an official response to the allegations. Moving on, Nigeria is taking bold steps to cement its position as a leading aviation hub in Africa, with government and private sector stakeholders gathering at the 2025 National Aviation Conference to set the future course of the industry. The event has become a platform for discussing investment, innovation, and global partnerships in the country's air transport sector. The conference brings together top officials, including President Bola Tinubu's representative, George Akume, governors from key states, and aviation regulators and industry leaders. Discussions focused on infrastructure modernization, airport expansion, integrated transport systems, and strategies to attract international investors. With strategic investment in terminals, cargo hubs, and maintenance centers, Nigeria is aiming to boost connectivity, create jobs, and drive economic growth. The conference Nigeria is positioning itself as a global aviation hub, with government and private sector leaders converging at the 2025 National Aviation Conference to chart the future of the country's air transport sector. Speaking at the event, President Bola Tinubu, represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, outlined the administration's vision to transform Nigeria's aviation industry into a globally competitive sector. He highlighted strategic investments in international terminals in Lagos and Port Harcourt, strengthened the regulatory oversight with the NCA and IATA, and the promotion of transparency to attract global investors.
and it is still growing in its vital role of connecting people and markets, driving tourism and trade, as well as supporting countless jobs across sectors.
Nigeria's governors highlighted aviation as a driver of economic growth, showcasing new airports, integrated transport systems, and regional investment opportunities across Lagos, Ogun, Imo, and Borno states.
It's about whether the investors can reach our market easily. It's about where our cargo moves effectively. And it's about whether tourism can truly flourish and whether Nigerians at home and in diaspora can remain connected to connectivity.
Federal government has given us an opportunity for the establishment of African Intercontinental Free Trade Zone. And we are establishing a very mega industry close to the airport, industrial hub. You have seen a few days ago, we have launched our industrial park. Right now, commercial plastic pipes and others are being exported to neighboring countries.
We believe strongly that aviation is not just transportation. It is a catalyst for industrial expansion, agricultural competitiveness, tourism growth, and global market integration.
FAN has made a powerful declaration that the era of thinking only within the box is over. In this age of globalization, FAN has clearly shown that it is alive to the imperatives for growth and sustainable development.
Permanent Secretary to the Federal Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Dr. Ibrahim Abubakar Kana, who represented the minister, Mr. Festus Kiyamo, highlighted infrastructure modernization, including airport rehabilitation, world-class maintenance centers for Africa, and cargo and logistics hub to support agriculture and manufacturing exports.
Today, we are here to present a landscape rich with curated opportunities. Nigeria is not only a large market, it is a strategic aviation hub, and the investment priorities we present are structured, viable, and designed for private sector leadership.
The Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer Olubunmi Kuku reaffirmed FAN's commitment to customer-centric service, operational excellence, and infrastructure modernization.
This is not just a statistic, it is a signal of billions of journeys, connections, and opportunities waiting to be unlocked. At the heart of the opportunity lies Nigeria.
With these collective efforts, Nigeria aims to elevate its aviation sector through investments, innovation, and global partnerships, creating jobs, boosting tourism, and unlocking economic growth across the nation.
The Lagos State authorities have confirmed that popular actor Olorewaju Omiyinka, known as Baba Ijesha, has been entered into the state's sexual offenders register. The listing follows his conviction on multiple counts of sexual assault involving a minor. The Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency stated that all individuals convicted of sexual offenses are added to the register immediately after a court conviction. The development has been welcomed by child protection advocates, including the International Federation of Women Lawyers, who noted that public registration of convicted offenders is a step towards safeguarding children. Lagos State authorities also clarified that claims suggesting Baba Ijesha was cleared of his convictions are false, also, as the Attorney General said that while some older allegations were dismissed, the convictions upheld by the Court of Appeal remain valid, and his name will remain on the Sexual Offenders Register. And to politics, a faction of the People's Democratic Party, aligned with the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, has summoned emergency meetings of its National Executive Committee and Board of Trustees for tomorrow, November the 18th, 2025, at the PDP National Secretariat in Wadata Plaza, Abuja. The notice, signed by the factional National Secretary Samuel Anyanwu, states that the BOT session will begin at 11 a.m., followed by the NEC meeting at 2 p.m., both at the same venue. The notice also emphasized that attendance is compulsory, noting that crucial matters will be on the agenda. The faction says this will mark the 103rd emergency NEC meeting in the PDP's history. The convocation comes against the backdrop of deepening internal strife within the PDP, as several key figures, including Wike himself, Anyanwu and former governor of Ekiti State, Ayo Fayose, were suspended for alleged anti-party activities at the party's national convention in Ibadan over the weekend. Meanwhile, the factional national secretary of the People's Democratic Party, Samuel Anyanwu, has rejected his expulsion from the party and strongly criticized the party's national convention in Ibadan, calling the event a jamboree and not a serious political gathering. He argues that the convention was illegitimate because 16 states are yet to hold their congresses and the entire southeast region was left out. He also claimed that even in the states that held congresses, the results were not submitted to INEC, which calls on to question how representative the convention was. The rejection came after Anyanwu was expelled alongside other major PDP members, including Nyesom Wike and Ayo Fayose, by a motion moved by Bode George. However, Anyanwu insists that the expulsion is not valid, saying it came from a committee that only recommended his suspension, adding that he has a court judgment in his favor. Moving on, the federal government has opened the application portal for its new 50 million Naira Student Innovation Grant, an initiative aimed at supporting undergraduate-led startups and research-based ventures in tertiary institutions across the country. Government officials say the grant, also known as the Student Venture Capital Grant, is designed to assist students in developing and commercializing innovative ideas, particularly in the fields of science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medical sciences. They also noted that the program is targeted at 300-level students and above in accredited Nigerian universities. The initiative is being implemented through the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, with the Bank of Industry providing financial oversight to ensure transparent disbursement and accountability. Beneficiaries are expected to receive not only funding, but also access to mentorship, incubation service, and business development support to help scale their innovations. Government officials say the scheme aligns with broader efforts to strengthen Nigerians' transition toward a knowledge-driven economy and empower young people to become job creators. Let's go on a break, and when we return, we will tell you the number of gas stations that will be established across the country. Please stay with us. Welcome back. And on business, the federal government is talking about its plans to establish 500 compressed natural gas refueling stations nationwide within 3 years to reduce petrol use and supports the shift to cheaper, cleaner fuel. The move follows an agreement between the Midstream and Downstream Gas Infrastructure Fund and Chinese manufacturer Endurance Group. Executive Director Oluwole Adama said the partners will set up a new special purpose vehicle. The Compressed Natural Gas Auto Mobility Infrastructure Company is to deploy the stations, develop LCNG supply infrastructure, and operate a virtual pipeline using compressed natural gas and liquefied natural gas transport trucks. Officials say the project will expand access to gas-powered transport, ease pressure on fuel imports, and support President Bola Tinubu's energy security agenda while creating jobs across the gas value chain. Moving on to the foreign scene, a Russian missile strikes on the eastern Ukrainian city of Balakia have left 3 people dead and at least 10 others wounded. This is according to local officials. Vitaly Karabanov, head of the city's military administration, said the attacks occurred overnight when 2 missiles hit the city center. He noted that emergency responders were still receiving calls about additional possible casualties under the uncertain surrounding the full extent of the damage. According to Kharkiv Regional Governor Oleg Sinugubov, the wounded include a 14-year-old girl, a 12-year-old child, and a 61-year-old man, with 9 victims already transported to the hospital for urgent medical care. The strikes form part of Russia's near-daily barrage of drones and missiles across Ukraine, a campaign that has intensified ahead of winter. Just days earlier, 7 people were killed when Russian forces targeted apartment blocks in Kyiv, prompting renewed concerns about civilian safety and the protection of critical infrastructure. And to Bangladesh, where a court has sentenced the country's ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to death after finding her guilty of crimes against humanity linked to a violent crackdown on a student-led uprising that forced her from power in August 2024. The 78-year-old former leader, who has been in India and refused court orders to return to face trial, was convicted in absentia on 3 counts, including incitement, ordering killings, and failing to prevent widespread atrocities. The verdict, delivered by presiding Judge Ghulam Mozumdar, marks one of the most consequential rulings in Bangladesh's political history. The prosecution alleged that Hasina oversaw a brutal state response that left 1,400 people dead, according to United Nations estimates, as she attempted to hold on to power during her final months in office. The prosecutors had filed 5 major charges against Hasina under Bangladesh law, arguing that the scale of the killings and her failure to intervene met the threshold of crimes against humanity. And on sports, let's begin with the news of the Super Eagles captain Victor Osimhen, who has been named among the final 3 nominees for the CAF Men's Player of the Year award. Osimhen is recognized for his outstanding performances in domestic and international competitions this year. The nomination highlights his consistency, goal-scoring prowess, and influence on both club and national team levels. Osimhen pits against 2 other Africans, Mohamed Salah and Achraf Hakimi, for the 2025 CAF Men's Player of the Year award. In a post on its X handle, CAF gave the final shortlist, reducing the contenders from the initial 10-man list. The winner will be unveiled at the 2025 CAF Awards in Rabat, Morocco, this Wednesday, November the 19th, 2025. Away from that, it is not a breaking news that Nigeria Super Eagles will not be taking part in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. This follows their defeat to the Democratic Republic of Congo in a run-off match. The Leopards of the Democratic Republic of Congo confirmed their place with a 4-3 penalty shootout win over the Super Eagles after a 1-1 draw at the end of the regulation time and 30 minutes extra time. The defeat to DR Congo ended months of permutations by Nigerians in the race to the 2026 World Cup, to be co-hosted by the US, Canada, and Mexico. By that development, Nigeria has failed to make it to 2 consecutive FIFA World Cups in a row, having missed the party at Qatar 2022. Meanwhile, the coach of the Super Eagles, Eric Schell, has accused the Leopards of Democratic Republic of Congo of using black magic. Shell accuses DR Congo of using voodoo during the penalty shootout. He is of the opinion that supernatural tactics influenced the outcome of the match. The allegation has sparked controversies and debates among fans, sports analysts, and commentators. Some experts have dismissed the claim as superstition, while others suggest that such accusations could reflect the psychological pressure and tension experienced by players in high-stakes matches. Let's begin with the drama. Now on entertainment, let's begin the drama which unfolded at Asaba International Airport as popular social media personalities Very Dark Man and Mr. Jollof came to blows during boarding on United Nigerian Airlines flight UN 0523. A video of the altercation quickly went viral, showing the two trading punches inside the aircraft. United Nigerian Airlines described the incident as a serious breach of its zero-tolerance safety policy, confirming the duo was immediately deplaned and handed over to the airport security to ensure the safety of other passengers. Eyewitnesses' reports suggest the clash stemmed from an ongoing personal feud between the two influencers, which apparently spilled over from social media into real life. Meanwhile, authorities are now investigating the matter while the flights departed safely after the disruption. Fans and followers have taken to social media to react, with many expressing shock at the unusual showdown, tagging it as unacceptable. Still on entertainment, in other news, Nigerian Afrobeat sensation Fola has reached a major career milestone, surpassing 1 billion streams in what has been a defining year for the artist. The feat follows months of rapid growth, propelled by chart-topping singles, viral collaborations, and a rapidly expanding global fan base. Industry insiders say Fola's rise underscores the growing international demand for Nigerian music, with his sound resonating across Africa, Europe, and the Americas. His team attributes the success to consistent releases, strategic partnerships, and a dedicated online community that has amplified his reach. As congratulations pour in from fans and fellow artists alike, attention now turns to what's next for Fola, with many anticipating even bigger moves as he solidifies his place among Afrobeat's most influential new voices. And finally, Singaporean authorities have sentenced an Australian national accused of staging a high-profile stunt involving pop star Ariana Grande during her recent visit. The incident, which quickly went viral online, drew strong reactions and prompted a swift response from law enforcement, who described the actions as reckless and disruptive. Officials say the case highlights Singapore's firm stance on public misconduct, especially when such behavior targets celebrities and threatens public order. The episode has sparked wider debates about fan culture, personal boundaries, and the consequences of chasing online fame through stunts. That's where we draw the curtain on this bulletin. Thanks for tuning in to African News 24 TV. Follow us on all our social media platforms, and please check our website at africannews24.ng to stay informed and ahead. We'll catch you on the next broadcast. I'm Christiana Chikeze. Bye for now.
Chef in drive. I'm getting scared because, like, oh my god, what if he's the one? You guys, please be careful.
This is the man who goes around in both, in drive and Uber, allegedly robbing women of their belongings, raping ladies in his ride, and pretending to offer safe transport while carrying knives, scissors, gone.